everyone, welcome to Wo Kèna. My name is Hawa, and for today's episode, as you can see, we're in a completely different set than usual. We decided to come join our guest where he spends most of his time at the Moribaya port. Hello Alberto, how are you?
Hello, Hawa, bonjour.
Bon dia.
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks. Alberto, let's start with a very basic introduction of yourself. If you could share your name, your job title, and also where are you from?
My name is Alberto Vieira. I'm from Brazil. I'm a civil engineer. I'm married to Lilian, and I have two kids. Alberto, who is 21 years old, he also wants to be an engineer just like me.
That's
and I have Laura, who is going to be 15 in March.
Hi to all of them. Alberto, so your job title, it's project director
Yes,
of the
I'm the
infrastructure?
infra project director in charge of the rail, the port, and also the TSV fabrication, the transshipment vessels which are being fabricated in China.
Perfect. You bring around 30 years of experience delivering large and complex infrastructure projects across mining, rail, and ports. Could you walk us through your background and also early professional journey?
Sure, Hawa. I started my career in 1994 when I finished my engineering course in Brazil. Then I was lucky to be involved on big infrastructure projects in Brazil. I worked for one of the largest Brazilian construction companies. Then I joined railway business in Brazil in charge of maintenance, operation, and also construction of the new lines in Brazil. Then later on I had the great opportunity to move to Africa, where I lived in South Africa for 2 years and 3 years in Mozambique. I was involved on the construction and on the design as well of a 980 kilometers long railway along Malawi and Mozambique, and a deep water port in Nacala, which is also in Mozambique. Then after that, I went back to Brazil. I worked for one of the biggest mining companies in Brazil, building the biggest slurry pipeline for Minas Rio project. Then I was promoted to head of projects in Brazil, in charge of the mine, beneficiation plant, the slurry pipeline, and a deep water port in Rio de Janeiro state. Then I joined another company in Brazil, and I was the head of project for mine, rail, and port for an iron ore project as well. Then I was invited to join Simandou team, and I've been here since June last year.
We're happy to have you after this extensive career, and also want to know how did your experience and career influence your decision to join the Simandou project, and also how did that influence your leadership style today?
Yes, I mean, I was raised in an iron ore mining village in Itabira, Brazil. So my contact with mining operations is since I was like 6 months old. My dad used to be a mining engineer as well. So the decision of coming to Simandou, I mean, it was not an easy decision, but it was a very good decision for my career. I hear about Simandou since I was a child, about the good ore that we have here in Guinea. So when I was invited by Rio Tinto to join Chris' team in charge of rail, port, and the transshipment, I mean, it was a very excited decision, and I'm very happy to be here.
We're happy to have you for sure. You spoke about Simandou, and one of the defining feature of the Simandou project is its fully integrated infrastructure system your team is delivering. Could you walk us through how this infrastructure, once completed, will function to deliver the ore from the mine to the port and beyond?
Yes, logistics is essential for big iron ore operations. You know, we have big volumes, so we must have robust systems to transport ore from mine to port. We have a 620 kilometer railway from mine to port, and my scope is mainly to build the railway spur which will connect our mine to the main railway for Simandou, owned by WCS today, and at the end of it's going to be CTG operating the whole logistics chain. And then we have the port, which has been designed to accommodate 16 million tons of iron ore. Then we have a very efficient transshipment vessel, which will take our ore from the wharf, from Moribaya port, to the OGV location where we are going to load that in big Cape-size vessel and then transport this ore to our clients all over the world.
The infrastructure team is spread across Guinea, but also across the world with different components being delivered from specialized factories and locations. Could you talk us through this cross-country and cross-company collaboration that exists?
Yes, we have people from all over the world. We have teams in the UK, we have teams in Guinea, we have team in China, we have team in Australia. Most of our equipment is coming from China. All the stack reclaimers, the car dumpers are coming from Dalian Heavy Industries, which is a well-known fabricator of this OEM equipment. Our locomotives are coming from Wabtec, and the wagons are coming from CRCC in China. We also have CR18, China Railway 18, working for the railway, and we have China Harbour working for the port. All the TSV was designed by CSL, Canadian Shipping Company, and then we have the vessels being fabricated also in China at CSSC. So we have here the best fabricators for the world mining industry, and we are very lucky to have those companies working for us here.
Definitely. The infrastructure that you just mentioned being built represents significant technological and logistical innovation. In your opinion, what are the defining elements that and the most significant innovations within this project?
The railway has been designed in a way that we have the gradient under 1%. That will allow us to have a lower fuel consumption, then less CO2 emission as well. We have bought 74 locomotives from Wabtec. These are brand new locomotives with a lot of efficient and a lot of automation on board that will allow us also have a very efficient and a lot of productivity achieved by the trains. And then, all this new corridor is being implemented for iron ore, but I'm sure that's a new logistics corridor, and it's going to attract a lot of business and a lot of other things such as agriculture and other mining projects which may come along this corridor. We're implementing a very big corridor, 620 kilometers long, connecting two mines to our port here, and I'm sure this is going to be the future of logistics in Guinea. And also the TSV, the transshipment vessel, we have a tailor-made vessel with capacity of 42,000 tons of iron ore, and we have two booms which will allow us to load the big Cape-size vessel with 12,000 tons per hour. That will give us a lot of efficiency and reduce a lot of the logistics risks that we have for this big future operation.
So the last two questions are one of my favorites. The first one I want to ask you is, I've spoken to the Alberto that we know, the project director, but I want to talk to Beto because I heard that's your name when you were younger, and I wanted to know if you could give an advice to your younger self and also an advice to the younger generation that are watching us right now. What would that be?
Guys, Simandou is wonderful. Please get out of your comfort zone and do what you want to do. And every time I went outside of Brazil, I had a fantastic time. I grew up as an engineer, as a person. I met a lot of friends. So working outside of our home is a fantastic experience. Please come to Simandou. You'll love it.
I love that. And speaking of Simandou, the last question, one wish, if you could have one wish for the future of the project, what would it be?
I wish all the mining income which is going to be generated by Simandou will be really spent on Guinea to improve development, to improve the infrastructure, to improve people living quality here. These people deserve, fantastic country, fantastic people, and we are on the right way, right?
Thank you so much, Alberto, for your time. Thank you for having us, and I hope to see you soon.
It's a pleasure, Howard. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.